Gave up a few big plays at the end, just kind of let it get away, which was disappointing. Other than that, I was really proud of the energy and the effort and the way the guys played. And got it down the fourth quarter in a pretty good game and just let it go away. So a lot of credit to Michigan State, tremendous team, really good in all phases. Congrats to those teams, their team, they're a tremendous team.
Coach, Mike will bring around.
Coach Griffin Oaks kind of struggled today. Was that because of the wet turf? And did you ever think about going for it on that fourth down when he attempted the field goal?
No, as a matter of fact, I actually thought the field goal kick was a good kick. He just the grass was just a little bit wet for him enough that I think it was a little slick, and he just didn't trust his foot. He kept saying he thought he was slipping a smidge. Talked to him a little bit. Del Grosso's a very good kicker. Actually started for us last year. But my thing was, I personally felt, Griffin's a really good kicker. Missed a couple. He makes those couple, missed 2 extra points in field goal. It's 31-31 instead of 31-26. So, but at the same time, I didn't like his body language after a couple of them. Like, hey, we're counting on you. Are you good? You're a great kicker. Make the next one. And he's human. I think he let it get to him a little bit, and the footing got to him a little bit. But at the same time, Aaron Del Grosso is good. I hope he'll. I'd like to think Griff's mature enough he won't become psychotic about it and bounce back and get long range. He's been one of the best in the country. I think he was leading the Big Ten in field goal percentage going into today. So, he's really, really good. And unfortunately, he was off today. But we'll also have some competition because I think, Aaron Del Grosso is a good kicker. That's not a threat to Griff. It's just football and it's building our team. That it?
You talked about Connor Cook. Some of those throws that he was making out there were a couple times in triple coverage.
Yeah, and again, it's good. You see it though part of the game. And he's, is it Bird Bridge? How he says it? Am I saying it right? He's made a bunch of great plays for him, but some of the plays the last few weeks, the Shelton have been like unbelievably covered. His ability to, he throws to quote covered receivers that have a reasonably tight coverage, but he puts the ball where he gives his guy a chance. And if you were to talk to a pro scout or a pro coach, they would talk about challenge throws. And when the guy's really getting challenged, the ability not just to throw at the guy, but put it where his player can make a play. He's got some guys. I think one of the differences in the game, they had some receivers that made a few one-on-one plays that we didn't quite come down with. We made a few passing plays that were good, but the maturity of their receivers and physical strength, they made a few more competitive plays. Connor puts it in a great place. His receivers have matured and done a great job for him.
Coach, at 3 or 4 Big Ten games, you were in right to the end, I guess. Can you kind of measure the state of mind of your guys right now? It's got to be kind of disappointing after so many almosts.
Yeah, my thing is that we just kind of had just a little powwow with them in a non-negative way. Is that we play a lot of. We've had number 1 and number 4 in the fourth quarter, and playing pretty good football. And if you didn't know who teams were and just watching guys play, it's okay which one's maybe playing the best right here. You're seeing a lot of good football. And so unfortunately tonight, defense finally wore down. Our no-huddle offense has nothing to do with them being 7 of 10 on third downs in the first half. We were 3 of 5. So we weren't stopping ourselves. In the first half, we got stopped in the monsoon. I thought we actually managed that pretty good because that was kind of hard. Our defense overcame a pick and held them early. When we had the pick on the first play, which was a challenge play, and Ricky was trying to get it and didn't quite get it, and the ball popped up. And we had a third down pass across midfield. So, our defense wears out because they don't get third down stops. And that's 2 games in a row. These guys were 13 of 20. Like I said, they were 7 of 10 in the first half, and to me, it just kind of wears you down. Like I said, I thought we actually executed offensively reasonably good against a very, very, very structurally sound, well-coached, very talented defense. This defense, they don't give up a lot of yards to anybody. It's hard to get out of the room here to get one of those guys because they make you play in a closet, and they play great defense. So I thought we had a good plan offensively. Thought we worked it pretty good. Thought our kids battled their tails off. Our inability to get them on schedule or to get third down stops, or Connor's ability to put the ball where some guys make some great plays. got them on top, and at the end, the dam finally broke, and I'm just disappointed with the way it looks with those 2 late runs and the kicking blunders. Makes it look worse than it was, because I really felt our kids battled. I'm not into moral victories, but I like the way, I think it shows we're gaining on as far as just, we're going toe-to-toe with some pretty good teams. And we're kind of looking them in the eye, going toe-to-toe, so not into moral victories, and not trying to justify anything. We need to win, and that's what we talk about after the game. We need to learn to close games, finish close games, close it out, and we need to win. And we're going to expect to try as hard as we can down the stretch.
I guess to kind of go along with some of that, right here.
Sorry.
There was about a month ago, it was a 3-game stretch, I think, Western Kentucky, Wake Forest, Ohio State. You guys were doing really well on third downs, keeping them on schedule, getting off the field. Anything you can point to over the last few weeks that just happened?
You know, and it's a great quick, because I'm sitting today looking at, well, first of all, you know, our defensive back, Andre Brown, had a birthday Thursday, and he turned 18. And he already had 7 Big Ten starts as a 17-year-old. And I'm out there watching Cook and Crawford, and I said, and then Tyler Green's playing. Andre Brown's playing. I think some of those freshman guys have hit the wall with the ability to make some of those plays on the ball, just with strength level and maturity. So this week comes at a pretty good time, because we got to get some guys fresh. I don't think we're over practicing, but I think some of them, as many young guys have had to play, kind of worn out a little bit. I think as coaches, we're trying to figure out, if you bring them all, you put them on an island. If you bring them all, you better get home. There was one time we blitzed 6 and they had 8 seconds. That's not good. And at the same time, too, we can still create some pressure with 3 and 4 man fronts. I mean, we've got to get our D-line to affect the quarterback. We had 4 sacks on Connor till the end. We played pretty good run defense till the last few at the end when that get away. So there's a lot of things to build on, but I think a part of our problem, outside of maybe we are predictable and people are working us, and we got to look at that, which would be something we'll look at open data. Are we getting predictable and getting in coverages where we can get worked? And so we will examine ourselves. But I think we've also defensively worn down a little bit with some of those young kids. And not making an excuse, I just think they kind of hit that little worn out wall.
Coach, that final play, not the final play, but you guys are down 5. I think it was a 4th and 5 there with about 4 minutes left. You guys have been moving tempo pretty well. That last play, did you think it moved too fast, or would you like to slow it down a little bit? Or did you
Well, I mean, it was really the play we hit a lot. The whole game was just a one-on-one shot. The way they play their coverage, load their stuff, you go get some one-on-ones, and Nate was just a little high with the ball. You know, again, made a nice play on 3rd down after we could have actually had a sack early in that drive, so that was unfortunate. But really, we just missed the shot and got a little bit high out to Nick Westbrook there.
Coach, Jordan came back today. How did you think he did, and when did you guys know he might be able to go this week?
Looked okay. I mean, he did well. I mean, it's hard to run on these guys now. The way they work their backers and edge players and safeties in there, it's like they just got a bunch of hats up in there. They're stout and downhill. That's why you got to throw at some of these guys with some of the one-on-one matchups they give you. I thought he did well. We were told after he practiced on Wednesday and they looked at him on Thursday, the doctors felt that he should, if he felt like he could go, they thought he would not be any worse. And I think he got landed funny one time, didn't feel good, got hit, whatever, but I don't think he's any worse. And you know, we didn't want him to go because it was a big game, and we didn't want him because next one's open. Could he go? But they kind of told us on Thursday, thought he would. We still wanted to go through Friday's practice, which we actually do a lot more on Friday than most people, and we wanted to see warm-ups before we decided for sure. But we kind of felt he did a lot in Tuesday, Wednesday practice. So it's good to have him back.
All right.
Anything else? All right, guys.
We'll bring the players in and spread them out. Yep.